Asia-USA partnership opportunities. I'm Dr. Sha Huang. I'm the coordinator of Asian Studies program at KSU State University. We are a BA program in the Rideau College of Humanities and Social Science Interdisciplinary Studies Department. We offer over 20 Asia prefix courses to hundreds of KSU students at KSU State University, including more than 160 Asian Studies major and minor students who aspire to work in Asia-related positions in business, education, industries, nonprofits, and government. KSU Asian Studies faculty and students are proud to organize SAUPO conference since 2011. Now, it's my great pleasure to introduce my colleague, Dr. Mei Gao, the founder and chair of SAUPO. Dr. Gao is the professor of communication and Asian studies at KSU, and she has published extensively in communication, business, and Asia studies. She was twice named as one of the 25 most influential Asian Americans in Georgia and was recognized by the White House Initiative on AAPIs for her leadership in enhancing Asia-USA partnership. Now, let's welcome Dr. Mei Gao to start SAUPO opening remarks.
Birds are chirping, azaleas are blossoming. Here in Georgia, y'all, other than the Masters, SAUPO is opening. It's the only Asian Studies degree in the university system of Georgia. KSU Asian Studies majors are required to learn Chinese or Japanese or Korean and obtain skills and knowledge in Asian cultures, business, communication, critical thinking, and other interdisciplinary areas. I'm proud to report that now we have over 100 Asian Studies majors, over 70 Asian Studies minors, and about 1,000 KSU students studying Asian languages and cultures. We are passionate here at KSU State in educating these young talents for the need of human resources for your companies and organizations. Thank you for providing internships and jobs to our wonderful students. In the meantime, we are aware that we live in a world with ongoing war in Ukraine, rising inflation, and continued global trade conflicts. Often, lack of respect and poor listening lead to misunderstanding, miscommunication, and conflict. In my upcoming new book, to be published by the Business Expert Press next month, Win Business with Relationships, Communication Strategies Inspired by Entrepreneurs and Taoism, I advocate a win-win-win framework for business development so that everyone benefits in the value-added business process. This new book is a SAUPO fruit because I summarized my years of fundraising experience and my interview with 20 global business leaders and entrepreneurs with a business conference in the United States. Today, we have about 350 of you registered to attend SAUPO in person and hundreds around the world. I know many of them in Shanghai, China as well, attending SAUPO online via live streaming. Thanks to our wonderful KSU Event AV team. Give them a round of applause. I want to give you my heartfelt appreciation to the following outstanding companies and organizations for supporting 2023 SAUPO. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Georgia Properties. YKK Corporation of America. NC Core, Erect Geo Energy, Invest Hong Kong, We Asian Groceries, Kayla English and Duma, April, the State of Georgia, Murata Electronics North America, Bremen Cabinetry, Kids Are Kids China, Choice Bank, China Window Group, Delta Airlines Journals, EEOC, One Power Consulting, and Print Graphics. Can you believe it? I talked the print shop for our SAUPO magazine into a sponsor. And they are exhibitor out there. Thank you for your strong support. Give yourself a round of applause for supporting global education. In the past 13 years, we have held 14 SAUPO conferences in Atlanta, in Shanghai, and online via Zoom webinar due to COVID. Research shows that 21.5% of small business fail in the first year, while 70% fail in their 10th year. If we consider as a small business, we're one of the few businesses that have survived 13 years of trials and tribulations under different deans and different presidents. Thanks to your support, in the past 13 years, SAUPO has been a classroom, a platform, and a matchmaker for companies with businesses in Asia Pacific. SAUPO speakers inform us with cutting-edge knowledge. People of all cultures interact and connect at SAUPO for new opportunities. SAUPO is a dream come true for all of us and all of you. We appreciate our many out-of-town guests, including a delegation led by Mr. George Moe, our SAUPO advisor in the Chicago area. I would like to recognize our keynote speakers, Honorable Matt Murray and Honorable Jian-In Zhao from Washington, D.C., representing USA and China. If you are from out of town, please stand up and be recognized. Thank you for traveling to SAUPO. SAUPO is a gathering place for business and government leaders. If you are a corporate executive, diplomat, or elected official, if you have a job title as president, CEO, vice president, COO, CFO, and CIO, etc., please stand up, be recognized. Thank you to all the leaders. I'm, of course, indebted to our advisors at SAUPO Advisory Board, members in SAUPO Planning Committee, and our student volunteers. Thank you for your dedication and hard work. Finally, my life can be divided into two parts, BS and AS, before SAUPO and after SAUPO. My husband Todd listens to me talk about SAUPO almost every day in the past 13 years. So that I can resume my life. But AS quickly turns into BS. Don't tell my students I'm using profanity. It's not profanity. Spring is the season of warmth and growth. On this beautiful spring day, it's time for you to plant seeds of friendship and partnership in hope of bountiful yields. Welcome to SAUPO today.
The Rideau College is the largest college of the 11 academic colleges at KSU. We have nearly 9,000 students across 11 departments and schools. among 80 programs of study. Even more impressive than that is this college touches every semester more than half of the KSU students through a variety of courses, including those that expand students' understanding of global importance and global impact. In the Radel College, we support students in learning that really helps to create a socially and globally aware and civically engaged student. We prepare students for 21st century jobs. And as we know, as our world is changing so dramatically, the humanities and social sciences are often underlooked. But we are the keepers of multidisciplinary learning. We have learning that demands teamwork, critical thinking, problem solving, and evidence-based decision making. What we do in the humanities and social sciences is provide a foundation for understanding technological, business, and scientific advancements. The work we do impacts and shapes our communities. We help to understand the impact of these large changes in terms of law, legislation, individual mental health, economic impact, and in particular, the impact for our communities with respect to sustainability. These are just a number of areas in which the humanities and social sciences engages in students, allows them to think creatively, critically, and bring reason and ask questions. It's this framework that helps to expand the students at KSU for a greater understanding of our culture and the diverse communities in which we live. I am proud of the work of Shaw Wong and Mei Gao this year, but also every day with Asian Studies program. This is a program that I, from the moment I arrived here, began to work very hard to expand its enrollment, to expand its impact with students. And as we go into the next year with some important curricular changes that make this program nimble to interact with other majors, like the business school and other majors on campus. The fast-growing program has impacts and connections at the local, national, and global level. Our students are your interns, and we are your future workforce. My best wishes for everyone for a fruitful, exciting, and collaborative SAUPO. I hope to get to know more of you today and to be able to have you understand the role that the Radel College can play for your businesses. Thank you.
I bring you greetings from the President of Kennesaw State University, Dr. Kathy Schweig. We are thrilled to be hosting this conference physically at KSU this year on our Kennesaw campus, while also welcoming colleagues who are joining us through virtual modalities from across the globe. At Kennesaw State University, the values of globalization have a long-standing history of engagement. This very conference, as you know, was started 12 years ago to foster the values of global learning that were embedded in the core institutional mission of KSU. KSU's focus on building partnerships extends across a growing roster of regional, national, and international communities. Today's symposium on Asia-USA partnership opportunities serves as a catalyst for conversations that expand our capacity to forge meaningful connections, study emerging trends, and build community. As we prepare our students here at KSU to become world leaders, we do so embodied in the values that are being fostered here today. Our focus on engaged learning and high-impact educational practices are rooted in the partnerships and collaborations we have beyond our institutional boundaries. As an Asian American myself, having grown up in New Delhi, India, I've experienced firsthand the impact economic, political, and cultural partnerships can have on advancing both our Asian and American communities. The partnerships that we are here today to analyze in this context have an impact globally. I'm grateful to each of you for the expertise and vision you bring to this conference. My deep gratitude to the team of collaborators, Dr. Mei Gao and others, our event sponsors, and all of you who have nurtured SAUPO into such a dynamic opportunity for the sharing of knowledge and strategy. My generous thanks to each of you who are joining us either physically or virtually today to enrich our conversations with your experience and vision for the future of partnership opportunities between Asia and the US. Thank you so much.
Please welcome to the stage Honorable Mio Maeda, Consul General of Japan in Atlanta.
And first of all, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude and appreciations to the Dr. Mei Gao and for her great job. If you look at the present international community or the very polarized world, the international community has been facing a lot of challenges and risks, mainly caused by the misunderstanding or the lack of understanding or mistrust and so on. So it's very important for all of us, in particular the younger generations, to understand the difference, it's very important to understand, to revisit and reaffirm the internationally assured values such as the rule of law, freedom, respect for diversity, openness, or inclusiveness. And equally important is to enhance the mutual understanding and close the gaps between countries and peoples. It is much more so in the Asia-Pacific region, or I should say it's in the Pacific region, where the half of the world population reside, and more than 60% of GNP has been generated. So I think that this symposium, South Symposium, and the Asian Studies programs, both of which were led by the Dr. Mei Gao, and other professors and academics had been providing students with very excellent opportunities to gain the crucial knowledge about US-Asia relationships and foster the intercultural understandings. So, once again, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to Dr. Mei Gao and her colleagues for their tremendous efforts. If I touched upon the Japanese relations with the United States, my office covers 4 states, Georgia, Alabama, North and South Carolinas. And I'm glad to say that our relations with the Southeast is and has been excellent. And there are a lot of Japanese companies operating in this Southeast, and they have contributed to not only contributed to the local economies, but also they have created a lot of partnerships with local institutions and local communities as well. And for example, they have a lot of internship programs with the students, and which provides those younger generations to experience very good advanced technologies in the on-the-job training. And I strongly believe that this kind of partnership is this kind of internship program is a good opportunity, good example of great partnership between the regions and companies. And this is, I should say, it's a kind of a win-win situations where for both of the students and the companies involved. The students can learn lots of Japanese business cultures and business practices, and while the companies can learn a lot from fresh perspectives or flexible ideas of the student. So I do hope that this kind of internship program will continue and expand in the years to come. And in concluding, I do wish, once again, I'd like to express my appreciation to the all of the people who were involved in organizing this SAUPO Symposium, and do hope that all of the participants here in person or online will find something useful and take away for your future career path. And I also wish all of you will be involved in something which will contribute to the enhancing of US-Asia relationship in one way or another. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Atlanta. It is morning for us from Houston because we're 1 hour behind, but this is so inspiring. Today is a public holiday, not only in the US and Indonesia and many parts of the world, and I'm so inspired to see so many participants today. And I flew in just last night, and thanks to the weather, I was only delayed 3 hours. But to be with you, I had never imagined that on a Friday morning it'll be this packed relations, and to see your presence today means a lot. For Indonesia, it's meaningful because we have that problem of not knowing who Americans are, because you're so far away. 22 hours away flight, and our partners, Japan, Korea, China, and all of the region, we're all growing. And the sad thing is we're growing without our American partners. I want to also acknowledge the speakers for today, especially my good friend, ambassador from Japan said that many things get in our way. I also have to congratulate the wingman of Dr. May Gao. I mean, like every great woman, like Mr. Gao, there is a great man. I believe that. For generations and eons has always been the backbone of every economy, and to be partners with the US, a powerful economy, is something that we have to work together harder and closer. Indonesia will be the 4th largest economy in 2045 with the US. Of the top 4 economies, Indonesia number 4, and the other 3 will be US, China, and I understand it's India. So you'll be surrounded by Asians by 2045, and like most of us millennials here, we'll be there to witness it, but we hope that we'll be doing more. Because Indonesia and the US both are democracies. We're the largest democracy in the world. Next year we'll be holding the biggest democracy election in the world because we have direct presidential elections, direct parliamentary elections, and direct mayor elections all in one day. So with that said, I'm so inspired to be here because if you are the only largest Asian conference, Professor Gao, it says a lot. It means that US is growing without our awareness. Asia is growing without the engagement of the US, and there's so many other measures that we can work together and learn together. I cover 10 states. I cover simply because I work with Japan, China, Korea so well, and yet many American Indonesians don't know much about the opportunities, despite many there are, especially in Georgia. Georgia, I've covered my 10 states, are one of the strongest growing states, and one of the most multicultural states, and I believe that your role in this effort will go a long way. Just briefly before I conclude, when I was chair of the senior official of APEC until 2020, the world was a different place. There was COVID, there was animosity, there was lack of trust, but you have to remember back in 1989 and 1991 when APEC was launched, the world was not much different. And in that 20 years, 30 years, we could make it into a better place. More cooperation, less suspicion, and more importantly, our youth had something to look forward to. And of course, Indonesia is one of the founding members of the Indo-Pacific Economic Forum, IPEF, which was launched by my president, President Biden, just last year. Many opportunities, and yet we at the business and the student level barely know how we can take advantage of it. Again, we could make that complaint back in 1989 or 1991 where the world was bigger and less connected. Today, with social media, We should use that to strengthen our collaboration, and more importantly, like I said, inspire the youth. So I thank the business community here for welcoming all of us Asians and the students, and of course those students in Shanghai and the partners there. More can be done, more should be done as we walk towards 2045. Whatever the world situation is, we are the backbone. We will be carrying the world economy, Asia and the US, and other regions in the world. We must be that beacon so that whatever the distractions are faced, we can do it together. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
My permanent gig here at Kennesaw State is Associate Vice President for Economic Development, and that gives me the opportunity every day to draw connections between the incredible work that's happening on this campus, whether that be student experiential learning like internships or capstone projects or faculty research and innovation. How do we get that reinvested in the communities that we're here to serve? Drawing those connections, building those partnerships with our partners in the Consular Corps, our partners with the State Department of Economic Development, college. So there's a lot of incredible work here being done at KSU, and we're looking forward to identifying new opportunities and new innovative ways that we can contribute to the economy that we're here to be a massive part of moving forward. And a big part of that is getting scrappy, as our president likes to say. Scrappy is our mascot, but it's also the way we work around here. When we look at new degree programs, we are adaptive, we are responsive to our industry partners. Just in the last few years, we've launched PhD programs in computer science and engineering, but also our partners in Asia, as we heard from the Consular Corps this morning. So know that we're here, know that we're responsive, and know that we want to work with you to move that forward and really push us to the limits in terms of what these partnerships can look like for a more vibrant and robust economy, both here in the US and in Asia. So thank you all again for being here today. Hopefully it was a very fruitful day, and we look forward to working with you in the future.